What's up? It's your girl, Miss P, and I have a story for you. This story, I'm going to use his name because I can, and you ain't going to find him. His name is Justice, and I met him through a friend, but on POF. It was weird. She was just like, hey, go check this guy out. I think y'all might like each other. And we did. We hit it off. Everything was straight. Chocolate guy, bow-legged, about 5'7", my height. Same pound, I want to say 180, almost 200 when he ate. He worked at this pizza place, always late shifts, so he would come home by like 1 o'clock in the morning. I would spend most of my time over at his apartment. We went together, and then he wasn't really a connection type person. I know that sounds weird. We had a lot in common, but connection, I mean by he wasn't he wanted to be attached but not attached. He didn't know how to be with somebody, I guess you can say. He was a loner in an indirect way. So we ended up having a falling out, and I went ahead and broke up with him, but we remained friends / buddies. And it was cool for a little bit, but then after a while, the tables began to turn. It was more of on his time. So I found myself in love with him because the times that we had together, they were great. They were intimate. They was just us. But I was in this denial phase that we didn't have to go on dates. I didn't have to get special things from him. I didn't have to require gas money, even though I was driving to him all the time because he did not have a car. And he lived on the other side of town. I didn't hold him to any standards, requirements. I didn't ask nothing. I really didn't. So I found myself in this trance, I want to say, where I was submissive. And it wasn't abuse like physically, but it was a mental abuse, I feel, and an emotional abuse. Because he knew how I felt about him because I was open and honest. And he used that to his advantage. He would disappear at times, and I wouldn't know where he was. And then when he calls, that's when I would answer. When he wanted something done, that's when I would respond. When he wanted me to be there, I would run and go. It was a non-stop cycle for about 3 to 4 years. And I don't know what it was about him because he did not bring shit to the table, like to my table. He provided for himself. He had everything he needed, all his amenities and shit, but he never brought anything to my table. And for some reason, I could not bring myself to make him bring something. Because even with my other fuck ships, I made them bring something to the table. Don't come to my house empty-handed, make me feel a certain way. Like, I had, shit requirements. Like, I really did. And with him, nothing. No dates, no flowers, no candy, no food, nothing. I would feed him sometimes. So it was one of those, again, I was stuck. I was submissive. I was in this mental abusive relationship in my mind. Because a lot of people are like, oh, that wasn't mental abuse. He was just sprung or head over heels. No, when he called, he would call at 2 o'clock in the morning. And my ass disabled on the freeway trying to go to him to be there for him. But then when I call him, no answer, or I'm a see and never see, or it was just, again, never on my terms, my requests, my nothing. And the way I removed myself from that situation was so draining, so hard. I cried for 2 days, I think. And because I was in love with him. I told him, I was like, you're abusing me. You're not feeding my side of this situation. And I feel like I'm starving for something that's not going to happen. So I had to let him go. And that took a couple of times because I went back. But it was one of those, do you really give a shit about me? If I call you when push come to shove, will you be able to do something? Like, can I have an inkling of something that I could hold on to that you're actually going to come through that makes everything else that you're not doing okay? And I tested it out because, mind you, he had finally got a car. I told him I needed him. No answer. However, the next day, he didn't have anything to do but wanted to smash. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I can't make it. What you mean you can't make it? Mind you, this is my first time saying no after 3, maybe 4 years. I'm finally saying, no, not going to make it. What you mean you're not going to make it? I'm not going to make it. I'm doing something. He felt some type of way about that. The next go around that he tried to call for me, I just kept making myself unavailable. Because it's like, after a while, when are you going to be tired of always being at somebody else's beck and call? More so when you had an extreme call that you made and they didn't respond to that. But then it's back on their terms again. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be playing these games. I'm not going to keep asking or pretending like something is wrong just to see if you're going to come through for me. Because at that point, I'm crying wolf. Like, there's nothing there. And then that's when you get into, oh, you're playing games. No, I'm actually just trying to see if you actually, man, like, I'm just trying to see if you will be there for me. And you wouldn't. So I had to walk away from that situation. It was very difficult because, again, like I said, I was in love with him, emotionally there, like all the way there. Like, if I did try to encounter somebody else, I felt like I was cheating, even though we wasn't together. That's how much I was invested in this. Or not invested, I was deep into it. And so I haven't been talking to him for about, I had stopped talking to him for about a year after I went ahead and let him go. And he found me on Snapchat. I was trying to link up. No. Please do not contact me. I'm over you. You abused what I had for you. The cup over here is empty, okay? So, yeah, just don't allow somebody to forget about you in a situation. Because, again, they say it takes 2 to tango. It takes 2 to fuck up. It takes 2 to do this, 2 to do that. But yet, everything is on one person's side. That don't make sense. Especially if we're saying that we're something together. It don't have to be a relationship. It could be a friendship. Like I said in one of my other videos when I was letting go of my old best friend. Don't be there if it's one-sided. And yeah, I'm saying this shit now. It's a learning lesson. And I'm saying it strongly now because I know how to let go now. It's hard to let go of something that's old because nowadays it's hard to find something new. That's another factor that a lot of people think about when it's time to let things go, because it's like, how do you try to find something new when the way you used to meet people are nowhere near the same? Like, you literally don't have to physically meet people to make friends anymore. I have not a ton, let me not be dramatic because I'm not that famous. I have friends on Facebook I've never met, but we cool. I'll say something on their shit, they say something on mine. We cool. But, like, making friends, like legit friends that you can actually, hey, let's go plan some shit. Let's go somewhere. Let's, put in our money together. Those friendships are either dwindling, hanging on by thin threads. Some of them are flourishing. I'm not going to hate on the ones that's flourishing and they got their passports, team, let's go. I ain't tripping on those. I'm just saying, legit shit. It's hard to, like, rebuild friendships nowadays because the way you used to make them, they're not the same. You have to come up with whole other methods to bond with people. And then every man is out for themselves nowadays, so you, like, double have to be careful. But, anyways, I know I went a little left. But at the end of the day, letting go is letting go. And him, I had to let go. It was not healthy. It was messing with my mental health because it was like, what's wrong with me? Why isn't he there for me like I'm there for him? You know, I just kept questioning myself, and that's never okay when you question yourself to the point that you're belittling yourself. And then you allow them to belittle you by giving you the half-ass answers or making you feel or treating you a certain way. So it's just downing you each time you make that circle. And enough is enough. Stop going around that thing. Just face it head on. Be like, look, you're not healthy. You're not helping. And you're not healing the situation. So let's go ahead and just move on. You know? It's going to be hard. Because the painless might have been good. The particular might be good. But sometimes the good ain't really all that good. It's cute. Feel nice. But it ain't always right. More so when it messes with you and your synergy, your energy, you as a being. And then you pass it on to other people because you're snapping, you're upset because they upsetted you. And that's when you start messing up other situations that you have going on because you're pissed off because of this one individual. So, yep. Let it go. Be you. Embrace you. And don't let people forget about you. The end.